Hi friends. In previous lecture, we discussed the introduction of stereochemistry and angle strain. So how will you calculate the angle strain, Beer strain theory, and then we discussed the relative ring strain. Now, um, then the question is that why Beer strain theory failed. That means this is a nice question. That means why Beer strain theory is failed. So friend, the Beer strain theory is failed is due to there is bare strain theory cannot be applied to the ring larger than the four member. This is most important. That means bare strain theory cannot be applied to ring larger than four members simply because of the first false assumption he made was that all ring compounds were flat, that means planar. For example, the angles of regular hexagon are 120 degree and that of regular decagon are 144 degree. But the ring atoms are folded in such a way that the regular tetrahedral angle is 109.5 degree and is maintained, and hence it is a free from any angle strain. And if we consider the cyclohexane where it is a really flat and as assumed by Beer, then the certainty it would be unstable. But the molecules have avoided the angle strain by undergoing folding or uh, puckering conformations. Okay. Now the cyclohexane and cyclodecanes rings are not flat but are a puckered or the folded. We call it as the non-planar. So that each bond angle of carbon can be 109.5 degree. That's why the Beer strain theory is failed. Okay, this part is discussed in a previous lecture. Now this is a lecture number 2. In today's lecture we'll start the remaining part of stereochemistry of cyclohexane. That means first here we focus on factors affecting on the stability of conformation. Here three factors: angle strain, torsional strain, and dipole-dipole interaction. Now we discuss one by one. Number one, angle strain. And we know that, so how will you calculate the angle strain? In previous lecture we discussed how will you calculate the angle strain. The angle strain is calculated by using a simple formula. That means angle strain is equal to tetrahedral angle minus internal angle, and we know the tetrahedral angle is about 109.5 degree. Okay, and internal angles are given. Okay, in this way we calculate the angle strain. So angle strain, that means any deviation from the normal tetrahedral bond angle is 109.5 degree causes the angle strain in the molecules and hence decreases the stability. That means decreases the stability of the molecules due to the poor overlapping of the atomic orbital in the formation of carbon-carbon single bond. That means here in angle strain, here we have to remember that if the angle strains are increases, this is most important. If the angle strain are increases at that time, the stability of the molecule will be decreases. Why the stability of the molecule is decreases? Because there is poor overlapping of the atomic orbital. It's very simple. That means here the conclusion of this point, that the angle strain, if the angle strain is increases at that time, the stability of the molecule will be decreases. And in cyclopropane, if we see the one example, in cyclopropane, even though all the carbon atoms are sp3 hybridized, the internal bond angle is compressed from 109.5 degree to 60 degree. That means this introduces an angle strain. Due to this, the angle strain, that means the presence of the angle strain, that's why this bond angle is decreases. Now then, next point, number 2, torsional angle. What is the meaning of the torsional angle? So friend, we know that the staggered conformation, that means here the two conformations are given here. This is eclipse conformation and this is staggered conformation. And here in bracket, the eclipse conformation, that means having the more torsional strain, while the staggered conformation is having the less torsional strain. We know the staggered conformation is more stable. Actually, the staggered conformation is more stable than the eclipse conformation. Therefore, any deviation from the staggered conformation is responsible for the torsional strain, due to which the internal energy increases and stability of the conformation is decreases. And if we see here, the any two adjacent carbon atoms or the groups that are not bonded to each other and can interact in a several ways depending upon the size and the polarity and how closely they are brought together. If non-bonded interactions are repulsive, that means they destabilizes the conformation, and if attractive, they are the stabilizes the conformation. That means if there is non-bonded interaction is present, at that time there is repulsive, that means destabilizes the conformation. And if they are attractive, that means they are the stabilizes the conformation. That means here the eclipse conformation is having the more torsional strain. Why? Because these two hydrogen, if you see this one, this carbon number 1 here dot, okay, dot, this carbon number 1, and here circle, this is a backside carbon, this is 2 number carbon. That means this is the front side carbon and this is the backside carbon. Now then if we see the eclipse conformation, here the hydrogen, that means these two hydrogens are very close to each other. That's why here more torsional strain. And in this case, these two hydrogen, if we consider these two hydrogen or these two hydrogen, they are away from each other. That means it having a less torsional strain. Okay, less torsional strain. And here in torsional strain, here if non-bonded interaction are interaction, that means are repulsive, they destabilizes the conformation, and if they are attractive, at that time they stabilizes the conformation. Now then next, the dipole moment, that means the dipole interaction. Third point, dipole interaction. Dipole, that means dipole interaction. Dipole interaction, it is the attraction of positive end of the polar molecule for the negative end of the another molecule. That means it is a dipole, it is nothing but the interaction or the interaction, or it is the attraction of the positive end of the one polar molecule and negative end of the another polar molecule. For example, HF, that means hydrogen fluoride. As a result of this interaction, the polar molecules are generally held together to each other and more strongly than the non-polar molecules of comparable molecular weight. That means if there is a polar molecule, and polar molecule here, they are the polar molecule, that means here one positive end, another is the negative end. That means it having attraction. Okay, it having the strongly attraction, or it having the stronger bonding. Okay. Now, the special kind of dipole interaction, that is hydrogen bonding, in which hydrogen atom serves as a bridge between the two electronegative atoms, holding one by covalent bond and other by purely electrostatic force. That means the best example of dipole interaction is the hydrogen bonding. Okay, hydrogen bonding. Here I have shown here the HF. That means here the HF, that means here delta plus and here a delta minus. Now then again HF, that means here this is a delta minus and here delta plus. They form this dipole interaction. Now then here this is a simple intermolecular hydrogen bonding. This is hydrogen bonding will be formed. Here oxygen, here delta minus, and here hydrogen delta plus. That means the hydrogen bonding generally indicated by here dash line. That means this one here. This is a hydrogen bonding. Okay. Now all these factors, that means working together or opposing each other, determine the net stability of the conformation. That means in the following section we will demonstrate how these factors are operate in determining the stabilities of the conformation of cyclohexane. Okay, so friend, this is a three factors. Number one, first factor is the angle strain. Number two, torsional strain. Then dipole interaction. So friend, never miss a video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you.